thing. Both Brim players on the Omen now. And let's see, where do we go? Sentinels finished on the attack. Now they start. This is their map pick, and they've got some set strats. Opening round of pistols, not a 5-man rush through B. Don't you love seeing something different than matchmaking? Let's get it going, though, as Dapper finds the first headshot on a peek in GMD. The flash misses, and Dapper punishes.
Okay, pull up towards defensive side spawn, CT. Effie's now in trouble. Oh, just gonna eat that flash. This is rough, gonna fall away. Doesn't actually get pressured or killed in that moment, and Effie's staying alive is pretty impressive. Good luck, Observer. I feel your pain, bud. I feel you. Shazam! Oh, not bad from Shazam. Scrappy. Very scrappy from the Sentinels, but a round's a round.
Alright, headshots are clean. Another pistol round. Is that 3 for 3 from the Sentinels? If you're keeping track at home, I believe that is our score. As, of course, if you win the first pistol round, you're almost guaranteed the second round. Your opponents don't have body armor. Their weapons are just a classic pistol, which is terrible at range. You got to play the close corner, tap them, and maybe go for a right-click headshot, get lucky, team shoot, do something to throw off your opponent. And Sinatra going back to the Ares.
Okay, we've got a big old stack towards A, and if you're sick, you're a little worried after seeing that many people appear around the corner. Out of the molly, out of the molly. There we go, there we go. We're good. Shazam, hold it back. Oh, really nice. Show me the money, Shaz. Make it look good.
Come on through, boys. Come on through.
There it is. Okay, so let's talk about how to hold on the defensive side and what the kind of different looks have been so far, and why I think it's quite an interesting topic to kind of keep our eyes on as this game evolves and changes. We've seen teams on the defensive side realizing it's almost not impossible, but it's incredibly hard to hold middle, and you can kind of create the same effect from maybe deeper positions. So if you look at the way Brax plays it, for example, when he's on the Omen, you know, and such, he'll be sitting all the way back by CT, super passive, like way behind that mid connector. Then we've seen other teams potentially holding towards that B lobby, just that B connector area towards, you know, from middle towards B. They completely leave it open, and it's an interesting look. I want to see who does it this time and how they approach it. Heavy, quick, lean towards A. It looks like it. You know, the Sentinels aren't messing around. This is 4-1 split. This is going to be Omen late lurking through mid, probably working up short potentially. You know, going to put in the little blinds, going to put in the little smokes, put down a little utility, and it's sight hit.
And you got to be so frustrated. There's 2 games in a row where Shazam has his ult on round 3 and uses it to open the front door. Dapper is going to get that first pick, and Spike should be planted any moment by Sick. Looking at the Gen.G setup, how do they plan to retake it? Player 1 up top has been spotted. He's in trouble. Omen is now pushing through. And they've got to reroute. I think they may just keep their guns here.
Don't know if they can. Zombs with that little lurk in mid is going to work really well. Shazam quickly pushing out through towards CT, going to pick up Effie's too. And that's just good housekeeping. You want to keep control of all those guns. You ain't letting them build up their economy. You're going to make them sit around kind of like 2.9k where you're just like, well, what do I do? You're kind of stuck. We have seen kind of the Scout Deagle combo, the classic, or, you know, as said, the Marshal Sheriff combo in this game actually working kind of well. I'd love to see that. Do we have the potential for it? We do. We could potentially see that little boost to peak short if this becomes more common. GMD, if they get into a habit of trying to push up short to try and pressure mid towards Cat, you could see that wall boost over towards B from the Sage. But for now, this should be a default round. This should be, again, something the attacking squad here, Sentinels, should know how to approach. Sinatra, too aware, too smart, too good, takes down GMD.
That was so close for GMD, but Sinatra just too quick on the trigger. The Phantom finds the headshot first, and now Dapper, so confident. Get out of here, Michael. They are just pushing their way onto the A site and calling out the Omen. Bring us the bomb, buddy. Effie's last one standing, but it's just a pistol and a dream, as the Sage player has nothing else to work with. All utility gone, and he's pinned in. It's only a matter of time before Shazam comes in to get this final pick.
Okay, Gen.G. This is the buy. This is the big one. Big round for Gen.G. And so far, only 2 of their players have been able to get off the starting blocks. We still have Michael GMD, player 1, all sitting on 0 kills. Got to switch that up now. It's been tough. It's been super, super tough. Right here. They haven't been gifted many opportunities. These have been heavy hit rounds. I mean, they're just like sight hits, and then the retake's like a 2v5. It's been hard, and we might see something similar. 3-2 split maybe through middle. I'm looking what the Cypher's doing over there. They had Omen there before. Maybe they're trying to kind of set up a little bit of information gathering if they're getting a little bit too pushy on the B site. Keep them having to, you know, not be able to do that. Nice pickup from Effie, though. Outdoes Dapper, and that plays really well, but it might be a misread of information. We'll see if that happens.
Already, the Sova's starting to rotate to A as the camera has spotted. And now camera removed, but Michael got the information. Little relocating here for the attacking squad. They're going to be moving around the map while the angle is going to be held by their Omen in the center. As the Sentinels are coming up with a new plan, B is going to be slowly pushing forward, and we could see a battle going down any moment. As they have it cleared, smoke goes out, but he saw where the smoke comes from. He's going to call that out to his teammates.
And in a 4v5, you normally kind of hold back for a second, especially on the attacking side, and see if the defensive team gets over-aggressive. They over-push, they take too much territory, and you can punish that. That's what the Sentinels are doing here. Kind of classic looks to these sort of rounds, and now this is not good. They've punished one. Player one goes down, and we're looking a little bit more back to where we are. Hits the res, and it's game on. Oh, no. That's an outplay. Sick just absolutely dumpstered the B site.
He was so quick jumping up on the box, never saw him coming over the wall, and the quick heady has turned things on its head. Sentinels back up to full force after the resurrect. 5-3, and you look at the position where those defenders, A site.
Yep. That was a really nice round. I honestly want to, I just, that solo play, sick, really, really nice. Now, for the other side of Gen.G, save. Straight up save. You don't have the money to be messing around. This is one of the big rounds. You got to keep that economy strong. You got to keep your utility looking flush, so you can stop these all-in sight hits. And it's been hard to read. I normally call for early round defensive side aggression, but I mean, when Sick can do that to you, what are you meant to do? Like, that's when it gets hard to find an answer. There isn't an easy answer. So I don't know. I'd like to see Nguyen maybe getting a little bit more aggressive with that operator, trying to be a little bit more instrumental. High risk, high reward sort of play might be the answer, but as said, no easy way around this. And obviously, the attacking side want to get those guns away. You might just do it.
They know where you're at, Sick. They're coming for you. You got to be ready to hit this shot. Good drop by Sinatra on GMD, but Nguyen will stay alive with the sniper rifle. As Dapper is going to finish things off on the losing end of that fight. Taking a look at the numbers, 9-1. Nguyen keeping the big gun, but what do you have to support it? Well, you got a Spectre, a second Spectre, a Sheriff. Effie's, he used the wall last round. Expensive utility cost, trying to decide what to buy up, and this is going to be a light one.
Okay, a lot of early utility being put down towards B, even though for now it's really just Dapper being a nuisance. The whole site hit's meant to be towards A, so he's just being a pest. Gonna try and put down all that utility. He can keep two players potentially present here. One of them, that operator, which is the big piece of this defensive side. Now beyond that though, we do still have Michael here. We do still have some of the players here, so it's not a full rotation. They haven't done anything stupid. They haven't over-rotated. But I want to see what the end game here is for the Sentinels. Do they just go in? Apparently they do, just trade in. Wow, okay, Sinatra and Sick, full faith in each other. Shazam goes down, but they win out. The site's there. I don't know what the end game was for the Cypher and the Omen, but maybe they didn't need it.
Honestly, I'm impressed with the Sova play coming in. Sinatra seems very comfortable on it. Zomes on the flank, a little late lurk. And going back to Sinatra's drone, he cleared out the tripwires, he tagged up the Cypher, gave his team all the info they needed, pushing through the smoke. And A is just being ripped open. Looking at a 6-0 as the defenders are just hiding away over at the B bomb site. And here they're slowly getting picked apart. Dapper putting the shots in the body is going to drop Nguyen. Last one standing, it's the Sage all alone.
Nicely done. You gotta feel for Gen.G, man. You're getting run over here. Like, what are you meant to do? Oh, you've almost got the James Bond GMD. He's eyeing it up. I don't think you can even call it a James Bond anymore, because it's not 007, it's 070.
It's like a weird rocker combination now. All right, where are we going? What's the game plan? A has been easy. Looking at the ultimates. Sinatra on his. Dapper, of course, can pop the Cypher ult if he gets the early pick at B. And that may be the challenge at the start. Phoenix ult is coming out on the defensive end as Gen.G wants to get these early picks, and Nguyen is going to pop the Hunter's Fury, finding Sinatra.
That's huge info, too. Definitely saw a couple of players there, so going to put the likes of Sick in a real spot of bother. Might have to back away from this one. Luckily for them, the spike's still safe. They don't have to fully commit to this, but they have to accept the fact that really that opening frag, well, they can't really do much about trading it back by now. So you can just prop up Nguyen, he can just stay there, hold down A long, and they can try and maybe work back towards middle. See if they can punish a rotation or two. And look at this other Omen on the other side, trying to mirror where to be. Player one just has to gamble, guess it, right? Give him very limited information, just has to work it out. And looks like they're trying to convert this towards a short bit of play, maybe. Or at least you got Sova there for now. Excuse me, Sage there for now. But maybe just testing the waters. I feel as though this has to end at B for this point. It's easier to work through middle and pinch towards B than it is towards A, I feel at least. But we'll see what they go for. They've got about 30 seconds. They've got to make their minds up soon. If they felt they've drawn enough rotations, they can go back towards A.
Smoke's out, but the Cypher can peek through it, and he is going to come in on the flank at the right time. Or is he? It looks like stuck back as soon as he heard Zomes. He backs up, so smart decision. Wait for the later retake, but Sick is going to find Nguyen, and that is a key piece. That was your flank that was in place, now removed.
Ooh, the peek on the flash.
I know exactly where you are.
That double. The timing on that is ridiculous. All positions are noted.
You will not kill
All gonna go. Revive comes in. Gen.G have a lot of players standing right now, but Sick still gets one. Where is Dapper? Dapper playing it smart. Swift snap towards GMD. He's got to play this to perfection. He's outnumbered.
Oh, no.
Oh, that shot was so good. Player one's in all kinds of trouble. Dapper is just better.
That was Gen.G's round. That was the one. Oh, they had the numbers on site, but Dapper is just powering through this series. He had 3 kills just 2 rounds ago, now jumps up to 8-2 after top fragging in game number 1 here. And that was a big finish from the Cypher on Sentinels. 7-0 is about as good as you can ask for an opening. Even if you let Gen.G take every other round, I think you're comfortable with the 7-5 lead at the half.
Yeah, you're good right now. You're cruising. You're in cruise control. It looks like a switch up here from the defensive side, maybe playing a little bit more towards trying to keep attention towards middle, but they do have limited weaponry, so kind of double stacking on shorts, try and play in, you know, the lighter weapons. They've got, you know, Omen was kind of lingering around mid a little bit longer, but they're just going to try and pinch somewhere and see if they can get a gun or two away if they can. Maybe convert it to a round.
All right, you see Michael on that Cypher cam. He's the one who's supposed to call out A action. Meanwhile, Nguyen de Sova was playing kind of aggressive, trying to peek into mid, forced all the way back. Dapper and crew making their way through the middle of the map, and defense is just not showing their face. Utility has been used on both sides, but I believe still plenty in the tank for the offense. And there's Dapper again finding GMD to start the round.
Wow, the dink and then no follow-up. That was as unfortunate as you're going to get. It happens. Obviously, the lighter purchase being a big problem here, and you're going to see that lurk coming around. Oh, stunner of a shot from Effie's, but by this point, Spike is down. It is a 3v3 retake, but obviously, Gen.G on the back foot when it comes to their money. Big element in this is Effie's doing well here. Clean on health, on armor, full gun. Got to be big work coming out now.
No idea they're underneath, but has the potential to throw a slow if needed. There's the peek from the Sage, and he's going to win the 1v1 against Sick. Actually, a little bit of help coming in from the Omen as player 1 is going to find zones. Now, it's just the last man standing. Shazam on the breach, going to pop the ult. Stops the defuse for a moment, but Nguyen is pushed up and will be able to clean him up. Defuse with 3.3 seconds. Lots of time left as Gen.G, after 8 rounds, is finally on the scoreboard. No one over 6 kills. But now, you just got to snowball this. Turn this into 2 in a row. Turn it into 5 in a row. Get some momentum back. Otherwise, you are out of this series before it begins.
Really big impact from Effie's that round. I would really like to see a switch up now from the Sentinels. They don't have to. They can just keep running this until they close out. But I'd really like them to show us a new look here, because they've been kind of doing this A piece for a little bit. I'd like to see them try something a little bit different out. But player 1 looks like they're trying to make a play here. Deeper smoke, maybe. It'd be strange for them not to utilize that. Maybe just trying to bait out someone to maybe face into it. But whatever the players, you can see it's allowed this push up to happen from short, so they do get in some sort of mid control. Now that can be taken back from them later on, but for a while they're safe. They just have to be careful of that A long push where, again, 3 players are waiting.
Look at this Omen on defense. Player 1 is out in the middle of the courtyard, waiting for challengers. And if you've been watching, you've always seen those red dots making their way through the middle at some point on their attack. Shazam making noise, trying to draw any attention from the arch. And here they come. Player 1 is into action, but Zombs is too fast, and he is going to find the first pick again. Sentinels get the entry, and now they start to ease their way into the bomb sites. Do they want to go A? Do you want to go B? Once you have mid control, you have all options on the table.
Huge flash coming through for GMD there. Going to keep them slowed down for a second. You can see the quick flex trying to happen off towards A long. Already predicted by Quinn. That's going to take down Sinatra. The victory, though, the attack inside is on short. Quinn is still doing damage and still holding this one together, but he's been noted. His position's been found. There's not much he can do about that. Spike now down. A 2v2 retake. The spike is now down. And the information's been noted. Quinn going to try and work it in, but you've got the smoke towards the top side from Omen. Zom's going to try and buy some time here on the site.
Win with a nice dart, getting the info. Now they got to pick up the frags. Zom's playing low. And of course, always lurking, Mr. Shazam, waiting for someone to drop, make some noise. Hears it, gives the info to his teammate. Now knows the peak is coming, but Effie's too strong. And just like that, they've taken back the site, make it 2 in a row. Effie's coming up clutch on the Sage.
Yeah, Quinn's been nuts as well that round, let's be honest. Those kills really paid off for them. They were able to capitalize on it. I really, again, hindsight for 2020, obviously we get to see the full information. Once they picked up Zoms, once Zoms picked up player 1, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yep.
By now, I'm pretty sure they've worked out that there's only really ever one player dedicated towards B, or at least they've set that tempo to be the case. I'd love to have seen them kind of lean that into a B hit once they've taken that mid player away, that player 1 away. I think that would have been a really nice idea. But I think they're just kind of going through the motions. I mean, 7-2, I'm not going to doubt what they're doing. It's been fine. They've been getting the spike down, just holding those afterplants. With someone like Quinn or, an individual popping off is hard to deal with.
You got to basically win 3 rounds at this point to break your opponents. We'll see what the Sentinels are bringing to the table. Phantom in hand. Player 1 goes for the challenge, but it's going to be met with a bullet to the mouth. Shazam traded out, though, by the Gen.G sniper as Quinn finds the shot. And Effie's playing deep on B site. Is going to catch Dapper. So, nice hold so far from the defense. We still have 3 up. Resurrect unavailable. Being used. And we'll see what they can get done here as they're slowly inching into B. 60 seconds left on the clock.
Quinn again, surely good for it. Are you kidding me on that timing? Are you kidding me? That was so unfortunate. Really nice, obviously, intuition to peek towards that. Off the sound cues, very, very smart, but you've got to feel like that pick was his. Now, with Effie's fighting sick, they're all safe as Shazam and Sinatra fall as well. The crossfire was already in play. I mean, that mid play actually worked out really well for the defensive side. Having Quinn, again, being so instrumental in these rounds, I think is such a big benefit for Gen.G. Once their economy stabilizes and he's, got that operator, he's got money in the bank, they just look like a different team.
He's just so clean with it. I feel like he never takes those angles and dies. You saw Shazam getting an early pick, but he was instantly traded out, and the op still remains in the hands of Gen.G. Win at 9-6, backing up his buddies over at the A site, and that is where we're going to see an early stack from the attackers. If Sentinels lose this round, they are broke for the first time in this game.
Oh, I like this. It's super risky, but I kind of like it. Shazam, did he spot it? Now he has.
Yep.
Really good work from Shazam to be patient enough to do that. Good flash, but he still managed to get 1 out of it. Stick comes in as well, trades back in off Shazam falling. But I like a bit of mid-aggression. It's still risky. I know it's risky, but sometimes the rewards are there. But for now, let's see if Gen.G can keep control of this one, though.
Just trying to remember, have any of the mid-aggressions paid off? I feel like that's now 2 that we've seen on camera in the last 3 rounds. Gen.G, they've been outgunned for most of this game. Here was a round they had what was an even fight, potential to have the advantage in the next round, and they are in trouble. Effie's with 3 pushing in, can't get past the first. Zoms finds the headshot with the Vandal, and Spike is going to be planted. camera in the back is going to clear CT, so defender spawn, no one there. Let's see how the Sentinels play post plant as the Omen, last man standing with a 7-3 score, has the operator and will likely just be saving.
Maybe he's feeling spicy and wants to lose an op. You never know.
Yeah, I'm worried about handing that.
Peeks the door. Nah. Yeah, it's time to get out of there. The scoreline really doesn't reflect how some of these rounds have been really good for Gen.G too. I feel quite bad, but again, I'm happy to see Sentinels playing really well. I think on the other side of things for them, they had such a point to prove. I mean, I think if you didn't doubt their performance as of late, or how on oh my god, that TP.
Okay.
Are you kidding me, player one? Beautiful shots. He's keeping hold of the op.
Okay.
Alright, play him. And you still lose the op. What does it matter?
Now,
so here we go. Means nothing. What's the economy like before I say that?
I was actually going to say, that could have a big impact. Does Sentinels have enough to buy across the board? All right, we got we have a submachine gun and the Bulldog coming out for Sick.
It's pretty good.
So those kills having a bit of an impact. Definitely way better than going up against Phantoms, Vandals, and most importantly, Shazam does not have an operator.
I mean, I guess the big thing is that, I guess if Nguyen can already buy an op for himself, why not frag out, right? So it makes sense. Nicely done. Now, looks like a contact piece towards A. Ish. Bit of utility being used here and there, but not too much to write home about. Clearly aware of the camera positions and angles they've been playing. And do they hit off this? Yes, they do. Big hit off the back of it.
These cages. Yeah, nice start there from Michael. Unfortunately, Sick and Shazam are able to bust through. Now GMD making his presence felt. The Phoenix comes alive. GMD, I'll be honest, is not performing at the same level he was in the last T1 tournament. It's good to see him finally getting kills, but it's got to be frustrating. The Phoenix, he's hit flashes, hit while flashing opponents. Gets the double, comes out with the round win, and the half will end 8-4. Now we're going to switch things up. Let's see what we got from Gen.G on the attacking side. Will that Phoenix find more success?
Okay. So, we did see an attacking side look pretty good just now. So, it wasn't the best, but I want to see what these guys can do with it. I'm still thinking if this is attack or defensive sided, if I'm honest. I like to know people's thoughts. You guys in chat, attack or defense, 2 even teams. Do you still think it's defensive sided?
I think it's attack favored right now. Talking with Fraud today from T1, he definitely thinks it's attacker favored.
Yeah. I've been in the camp that it's attacker favored for a little while, just because of the way mid plays. But again, I'm curious what the what chat believes. I will believe Fraud over them, however. But for now, we can see the defensive side going for that little bit of defensive aggression through B Hall. It's going to push up and get a whole lot of information. This could be a massacre. Look right behind them. Already one goes down. That's with player 1. Flash to allow the escape. And a bit of a hit and run there.
A little ice down, clears the escape after a nice ghost headshot from Sick. Sentinels starting just like they finished. And we'll see, what will they be able to do against this push. GMD is going to lead the charge. The Phoenix, just one curveball. And that might be all it takes here. Let's see where they're going to go with this one. Do you take it short A?
I think it looks like the best bet. I'd say this is attack-sided, but 4 rounds on defense. Not enough for me. However, Zom's feeling a bit of the pressure. Feels it right. Hears the sound cues, knows what's up. Zom's going to pull away to the next angle, but is walled off. Now the pressure builds towards the site itself. Flash in, and here we go.
That drone just bought them time as they cleared the corner as well. The Omen stalled out for the moment. Now GMD's got to heal himself while fighting. There's a big pick down low, but Zones is on the flank. The Omen survives, causes problems, and of course Shazam works his way in from heaven with Sinatra. Well done. Sentinels not going to lose the defense, especially when you give them first blood. That is now 4 for 4 in this match in pistol rounds. And if you think about the big picture, that's basically 8 rounds in the matchup, just given.
Okay. What does this buy? Sinatra. Sinatra's purchases, man. He just seems like such a character to watch.
Brax was doing this months ago. So I like to see finally other people are believing in the Ares. I think they're just banking on that first headshot. While we're talking, Zoms is fragging out with Dapper. Come on into these bullets, boys. Nguyen, last man standing, was able to pick up 2 with the classic pistol, Spectre in hand, but only 45 health. And not even an opportunity. All right,
yeah,
18 and 9.
This is getting worrying.
He's getting a 20 bomb.
This is
Who else? Who else? Okay, I see. This is how it's going to play, Lauren. You ready? We're going to see a mid-challenge. They know Nguyen is going to have the sniper rifle. Quinn's going to get picked. Effie's picks it up. 5K. End of the round. Gen.G comes back, wins it, takes us to a game 3. Boom.
Okay. I think that you're going to have a slow play from Nguyen. Just kind of, you know, default towards, like, the site. Nothing too flashy. And sadly for them, we're going to see some weird stuff coming out from the defensive side, which could potentially work. And we did see some weird stuff. Nguyen, though, does do well there. Gets away with it. There'll be a utility you'll use to forcibly remove them from at least the A approach for now, but they have lost out a little bit of map control, not having too much info towards mid, but they have it safe. You can see having someone like, excuse me, Sage in the back lines by B means they have a good idea. No one's pushed up this far. We're still somewhat safe, but we do now need to be careful of mid. So let's shift that player over here and try and support this team as they work forward.
Drone out. Scout there. All 5 stacked up. And Sinatra's about to get a lot of information. I mean, the defense is ready for it, but there's only 3 of them here. Nice job by Sinatra. Instantly react. Rolling Thunder not available here, but the Hunter's Fury is going to lead the charge. Michael and Player 1 getting picks, but Shazam holds strong. Now it's up to just Dapper. The hero from game 1 in a 1v2. Spike not planted, has tons of time, doesn't have to make any noise, can react.
If it wasn't a Bulldog, I'd have so much more faith. Might wait a couple seconds for the cam to be back up, but now Spotted has to go. Quinn's not gonna let that slip, and it was a nice sight hit. The aggression from the defensive side, gotta try and make use of maybe weaker weaponry, try and do something with it. As per standard, it's why we give a little bit of room for teams in that position to just make a bit more of a weird play about it, but the money's not great for the for Shazam and the boys for the defensive side. I'd like to see them a little bit more. What do they go for here? I don't mind a light purchase. You might as well try something out. If you get guns away, it's going to be really, really problematic for the attackers, of course. But we haven't seen much of the attack. I want to see what they bring. I want to see what their style is on this.
All right, shout out to everyone in chat giving us updates from the other group matches. When this series finishes, we'll try and be bouncing around to some of the other games. Remember, T1 versus 100 Thieves still coming as your 3rd match of the day. Sentinels looking for just 3 more rounds to put their 2nd match win on the scoreboard here in Group B, as both teams open up with a 2-0 win in their opening round.
No charges.
And this is a very, very cautious Omen, as Player 1 is checking every single corner as he makes his way around the middle. No one on defense showing a face, as the Pistols want to wait for you to get up close and personal.
You've got a Breach and a Sage in middle. They might just flash through this and try and make a quick play, or are they waiting for that smoke to dissipate? I'm not sure what the idea is. When you see a Breach... Yeah, it's like when you see a Breach, there it is, and you can set the play in motion now back if they need to, but Six already done really well, and Player 1's desperate to get involved into this. The movement's perfect, but has he not seen the player below him? No, he hasn't. Shazam too sneaky in the corner. Oh, it's a disaster, Puckett.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You're getting killed by stingers and pistols, and a stinger again. Just as Gen.G gets a little bit of momentum, it is going to be shut down. Michael, last man standing, 30 health. Make it 1 health. Make it no health as Sinatra will finish it. They only dropped 1 on defense, 11-5. And now it's the bye. I mean, you got everything you want at this point. You took it off the dead bodies. Off in the hands of Shazam. Sick is going to pass that over. I really like this map as well. If you guys have been playing with the Vandal, mess around with the Phantom. Your headshots are clean. The range on this map, I feel like your headshot is always going to guarantee you that kill, where that's not always true on maps like Haven and others.
Spot on. And again, if you guys want to catch some of the other streams, some of the players are streaming. Head over to Duke.gg. Shout out to my boy Fish Sticks and check all his matches out. They're always pretty cool. And sick.
Again? Okay.
Oh no, not this.
It's my favorite. It makes me so happy. They put the dog there for a reason. You can line that Odin up with the dog head and just spray through at the opening of the round. Here, though, at the pro level, Sinatra used the shotgun to guarantee at least some early damage. Now the Odin finds Eppies, and Zoms is going to add to the feed. Dapper shutting it down. No body armor, no chance. 12-5, Gen.G needs to win out.
Okay, orbs on both sides, but the attack, you're going to be feeling kind of down in the dumps after that one. You're going to be feeling pretty rough about everything that's going on, because the problem is that, well, the Sentinels are starting to have some fun with it. They're starting to be creative, and that kind of becomes like a bad position to be against, because you have to humble them and you don't have rounds to do it. So, let's see if they can pull something off in the final moments here. Maybe make something happen. But already aggression towards the defensive side. Player 1 does fight through sick, but again, this is that crazy random style. They're just going to throw things at him and see if any of it sticks.
Huge start from player 1. He gets the first 2 picks. Shazam is going to answer back with the op. An op at short range. Tough to defend against multiple opponents, but it was just one that pushed through. Bomb's going to be rotating through, though, and we could see a full B hit once they get grouped up.
Ultimate weapon here.
And I'm thinking here, you gotta invest the Phoenix ult, right? Is that the open to this attack?
It has to be. You got to use it. I mean, what are you saving it for? Next match point? Like, give it a second. Get them get paranoid. Yep. There we go. Perfect use. Flash in. Okay, not going to waste it. They don't know it's clear, obviously, so they got to go through the motions, go through the steps. Oh, don't do that, Shaz. That's a little bit too much. They clear the site. They know it's good. Wait. I don't know if I like the fact that he had the spike there, because potentially if they didn't have utility, he could have been caught off in that kind of hallway leading in. But this 2-play retake is pretty tricky.
Dapper is clutched in the past. Now he's got a buddy. 3 opponents protecting this spike. And he's just going for some early Odin spray. Pulls out the Phantom and immediately catches one in the mouth. GMD on Phoenix. Another. Zoms gonna run away. And kind of expected here with the op. You're gonna hand that back to Shazam. You got plenty of cash, but you don't want to hand it over to Nguyen.
No, spot on, right? You want to keep that away. Things get a bit too deadly. Honestly, though, for the Sentinels, you're not in a hurry to close this one out. You want to also just, again, you can kind of wait till they have no ultimates left. When they have the economy, gets too tough, because the problem is, obviously, it's all on them. It's all on Gen.G to not make a single error. Oof. It's never easy. Obviously, forced and unforced errors are a thing as well. But let's have a little look. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what the play is, because I'm looking at the economy. It's in pretty good condition, of course, for the Sentinels on the other side. Probably spreading the wealth a little bit here, but they should be okay. They should be able to get a decent purchase. But the big missing piece, Puckett, and you keep highlighting it, is Nguyen. This guy, when he has the operator, phenomenal. Without it, still good, but he doesn't make those big game-changing sort of plays.
Yeah, you don't have to respect on the challenges as much as you do. Shazam learned the hard way the last round. And here we go, GMD, again, getting it started strong. Wish we saw this a little bit earlier. Good to see him returning. The Phoenix with the high ground getting the first pick. Cypher's going to pop the ult, gives all the information to the attackers. And now, after seeing just 2 over at the B site, it's the Breach, it's the Sova. Breach doesn't have the ultimate. Sova doesn't have the ultimate. A site, they have them all. Let's push B.
Take flight.
Just taking their time here. Zoms trying to get a little info, get a little ahead of himself. Might be a misread of info, but it does buy time for the res to come in. But now they're all stuck. This is a problem. They committed for the res, and they get punished for it.
Cover going on.
I thought for sure we'd see a rotate. Instead, they hold, waiting for that res. Get the kill. Shazam working alongside Sinatra, though. And think it's way too early to say they are out of this one. With door up, what's the decision from Shazam?
They still have good money. I mean, Sinatra's sitting on 7.2. That's pretty big. So I mean, they can risk it if they get guns away. Making it harder for Gen.G is always going to be the game plan. But Shazam sitting on the operator, do you want to give that over for free? No. So you might let Sinatra do a play, just kind of make any damage happen, but you might not want to risk the op. So that's going to be about it. See if you can lock him in on the site. No, player one going to do the damage. Shazam going to try and keep him there, but he's got threats elsewhere, and the op is down, and they're swarming for that bad boy. Free op? Yes, please.
And for all you Omen players out there, door up, feel free to stand on the generator. Teammates got your back, you're good to go to hold that heaven angle. Shazam 22 and 12, Zombs now 15 and 10 and 15 and 12 for Sick. On the other side, only one player positive. It's Win on the Sova, but they've put 2 rounds together, trying to continue this attack. We mentioned Ascent seems to be an attacker-oriented map. The pistol round was crucial for Sentinels, and that kind of set the tone for early defense. But if we see Gen.G continue to win these rounds, the money's going to even out, and they have a chance. But they got to play perfect, and it's going to be tough. Nice little spray through door, as Effie's is showing you some new angles. No one on the other side to receive it, but nice to see them thinking outside the box.
Player one with that kind of little linger up towards mid, just taking his time. Trying to clear short once that smoke dissipates potentially, just kind of get that information building for the attacking squad. And a little bit of a reveal there. So some of this mid presence is going to be considered. Going to point out where that cam may be. Keep that in the back of your minds. Again, you can see this mid take coming through. Where do they want to eventually land? It looks like it could be an A hit, but still time to adjust if they get given a go ahead. We do see a TP coming through. It isn't bait, it's real. They're going to be up on A long, it seems, sent back. Or did he can? Didn't get to see it, so we'll see.
Player one here's some rotations in the back and is going to go to the middle. Quick teleport up top, and now they've got full forces right here at short. Everyone's going to be charging through behind this Phoenix. And the Phoenix will not take out Zombs, but Zombs, he's got the info. He's got the calls. The question is, how can they react to it? Only Dapper here in position. Gets the first 2 clean. And this is huge for the defense. Sentinels holding strong at least to open it up. Now the sniper's coming out as GMD finds Zombs. This is winnable for Gen.G.
It is. It's going to be rough, but they can definitely do it. Already you're going to hear those shots cracking through. Michael tucked away towards Helm, just underneath. Went up towards the top. Time's ticking. Oh no, Six got the entry. He got that for free too. To be unexpected of the angle, and you're going to hear the gun starting to warm up there as it covers all the steps, all the sounds. Michael goes down, or gets down. Shazam. Sick on the trade again. Time's ticking though. They've got to make a move.
Done.
Oh, and Sick just Batmaned him to win.
Quick peeks. Rotates around. Finishes strong. Sick looking clean on the Sage. And I love the aggressive Sages. We saw it from Happy and the G2 Invitational. Now you're seeing Sick put it together for the Sentinels. And he's always been a fun player to watch. A lot of people think Sage just has to sit back, just has to heal, has to play passive. He shows